rearrange to make two words. So what information are we looking for here? With this type of question, you are given two words. So let's just have a look at the example. Here are the two words that we can find. You are required to make two new words by taking a letter from the first word and ensuring that a valid form remains. Okay, let's just break it off there and let's figure out what they're talking about here. So we need to make two new words. Alright, let's have a look. So down here it looks like this is the two new words that they're talking about. From stoop and flat, they've got stop and float. What it says, we have to take a letter from the first word and ensure that a valid word remains. So what they've done here is they've taken the O out and a valid word has remained. The valid word is stop. What does it say next? And placing it into the letters of the second word to form a completely new word. So they've placed the O and they've put it in here and they've made float. Okay, the letters of both words must remain in the same order, but you can place a removed letter in any position in the second word. Yep, so they've put the O wherever they want, but they haven't moved around the letters in any of these. So that's everything we're looking for, and that sort of explains everything that we need to know. So if we just have a look at the example, I think what it first says to do is look if any words, look to see if anything obvious springs to mind first. We've already done this, so it's probably not going to be any use, but it also says try it step by step if you can't think of anything. So what it's done here is it's taken out S and it's seen what it gives you. Toop doesn't make sense. It's taken out T and it gave you soup, which isn't the right spelling, and then it took out O and then it gave you stop, so then you know you've got the right word there, or at least one of the right words that could be used. So then it goes and tries putting O in all of these different options, and until it got one, which is float, and there you go, you got stop and float. So that's how they do it. I need to remove one letter to create a new word. Yeah, so I think this is this is just how you do the first part of this, and obviously for the second part you need to add one. So we're going to very quickly go through the practice now section. This one shouldn't take too long. Again, 30 seconds per question. So this should be around 5 minutes. But these are very easy questions, so you should actually be able to do them in around 2 minutes, and then save some time for the more difficult ones, like the ones we just did earlier, which was the calculating question. I can't remember what the name was, but that one takes a bit more time than something like this. So let's quickly try and do it within like 3 minutes. So clever lock. So immediately I see, if I take out the C, we've got the word lever, and a lot of you will know what a lever is. It's like something like this where you push it up and down, and so lever might work. And then if we put the C there, clock, there we go. So I think it wants us to write them here. Usually you'll be given multiple choice options as to which option you want to take out. Let me just see. Yeah, so down here you're not given any multiple choice questions, but the multiple choice can come in different forms. So what can happen is they can ask you which letter are you going to take out. So they might give you options like C, L, E, V, E, and then you have to choose E, V, R and say which letter I'm moving out. Or it might also give you the two words that it could be, and like this might be one of the right options, but I think usually it will be something like which letter do you want to choose. So you'll have the options like A to E, and it'll have some of these letters in those options, and you just have to circle which one you're going to move. But yeah, multiple choice makes it a bit easier, so if you have to do it without multiple choice, it's a bit more difficult and probably tests you a bit more. So let's go on to question 2, bread and pose. Again, I see read, so I'm going to take the B out, but I don't see anywhere we can put the B into the second bit, so I'm going to have to leave that there. I can see we can take out the R, and that'll give us bead, and then we can put R here for poser. So that's going to be bead and poser. I'm not going to write it out because there's no real reason to, but yeah. So here, goad and awake. Okay. I can see that we can take out A, and that will give us God. And if we put the A somewhere in here, see if we can work something out. I don't think that will give us anything. Let's see if we can do anything else. I'm going to try and think of words that we can put into here, or words we can make from here. So waked. No, that doesn't work. We're going to, I don't think G would go anywhere in there. It doesn't seem to fit in here. So awake, wake, that's not going to work. A, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try the A in different positions. So I think we're going to try it here. Okay, there we go. So that's going to be God and awake. And I didn't catch that for the first time round because I tried pronouncing it in my head, and awaki didn't sound like right. But if we try it and if we write it out, then we usually will get something. So if you can't find something off the bat, you just definitely try writing these out, and then you might find that you missed something there. So again, let's go for something here. I see something immediately. If we move the W, we get seat, and then if we put the W there, we'll get sweep. So seat and sweep. Question 5, bent and crow. Okay, Ben wouldn't work, so I've seen a lot of people ask me that, because that's a name, that doesn't count. Bet would work, so if we take the N out, and then we put crown here, so there we go, bet and crown. That's our 2 words. Plate and luck. Alright, late is YC, and pluck. There we go. So some of these will be pretty easy, but like these ones, some of them can be easy and you just might miss them. So probe and reel. Okay. This one's a bit more difficult. I don't see anything immediately on this first section. I'm going to have a look at if I can figure out anything that can go here. So preel, repel. Okay, so I see repel might work here. And then, okay, if I take this out, we'll get robe. So we get robe and repel. And that's just through figuring out, like, trying to put it in each position and seeing if that works. And that's why with these questions you can almost always guarantee a mark if you have enough time, because you can go through one by one and get a mark. I mean, you can see if any of them work. Angler and fill. Okay, I see angle, and I'm going to see if I can put the R anywhere. I don't think I can put the R anywhere. Fill doesn't work. Frill, I don't think that's how you spell frill, to be honest, which is a type of garment. So angle and frill, these are going to be our 2 words. And if you don't know what this means, what I would do is I'd keep going and I'd probably find nothing else. And because this sounds most like a word and is the closest thing I could get out of anything, I would still go with this without even knowing that is the definition of this. But yeah, go into question 9 and 10. So question 9, I see flower and lower. And then, yeah, if we put the F in there, that will be lower and left. Question 10, lease and bow. Okay. This is going to be, I don't see anything immediately. Ease, actually, I see ease. So if I put the L there we go, ease and bowl. There we go, nice. Question 11, patient and star. Alright, one I see immediately is if I take the I out, I'll get patent. If you know what a patent is, it's like if you're making something new and you can put a patent on it, meaning no one else can steal your idea. So if Apple is making like the iPhone 15 or iPhone 16, whatever it is at this point, and they've got a new idea for their iPhone 16, and they can put a patent for it so that Samsung can't steal their new idea. But yep, so patent. Let's see if we can put I into any of these. There we go, stare. So again, go through one by one, see if you can fit the I in, and you most probably will be able to. The main thing is to put it in, write it in as well, so you can make sure that you're not missing something through the pronunciation. But there you go, that's all of these questions, and again, it's a lot quicker than some of these other sections, and you can almost guarantee a mark because you know the two words that they're giving you. If you don't, just go with whatever's closest and whatever at least makes one word that makes sense. But yeah, hopefully that was useful.